Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds, back together again in the studio. It's baseball draft time in the MLB. Which team do you think made off the best in the first round?
Well, it's interesting to say because there were some surprises right from the very start when the Washington Nationals, who had the number one pick, chose Eli Willits. Now, he was considered to be a top five, but certainly not the number one. He's a high school shortstop from, get this one, Fort Cobb Broxton High School, which is in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Where is Fort Cobb, Oklahoma?
Never heard of it before until yesterday.
One of these combined districts, like Mountain View, Liberty, and people like that. And it's about the same level as what they were, but this kid's a pretty good player. And anyway, he is from Fort Cobb, Broxton. Fort Cobb is way out in the southwestern part of the state, below the Panhandle, but it's pretty small. But anyway, this kid was seen. His dad was a former major leaguer, and he gets the number one pick, and they were taken by the Washington Nationals. The consensus number one pick was Ethan Holiday, Matt Holiday's son, from Stillwater, Oklahoma. They waited around to number 4. Not that that's bad, but he was the Colorado Rockies number one pick. And that's a pretty good choice for him because he has a chance to make the major leagues pretty quickly with them. Cardinals took a pitcher, Liam Doyle from Tennessee. Liam Doyle's a big left-hander, throws 100 miles an hour. He was primarily one of those responsible for Tennessee being the number one team in the country for quite a while, but his team got knocked out in the regionals. That's no reflection on him. What is a reflection on him, this Doyle kid has a lot of upgrade about him. And this bothers me, probably not the Cardinals, but it bothers me. University of Tennessee was his third college. He'd been to Coastal Carolina, which is a national contender, didn't like it there. Went to Ole Miss, got into an argument with the trainer there, and transfers again. Liam, there is no transfer portal in Major League Baseball. You better grow the hell up quick. But that was what his problem was. Anyway, the Cardinals took him. The Royals took Sean Gamble as their first-round pick, catcher from IMG Academy, considered to be a long way from being Major League ready. They also took a second player. They had number 28. He was a pitcher. Both teams, both the Cardinals and Royals, went for pitchers and one position player. In the Royals' case, an outfielder. In the Cardinals' case, it was an infielder. All right, be that as it may, 3 rounds plus some of the compensation picks. But the 4 through 20, rounds 4 through 20, will start at 11:30 this morning and continue right until the very end.
And good luck to whatever team you rep and whoever they're picking up. A lot of these kids still go to college even after they're drafted in some cases.
But then they're out of the draft.
Yeah. But at least they've been claimed for the next several years. All right. How'd you enjoy Wimbledon this year?
It's great. Absolutely great tennis. The winners were no surprises. Iga Swiatek, the former number one women's player, and she pitched a double bagel against her opponent, Amanda. I think she pronounced it Amina-Stova, who is an American, Russian name, but an American player. And she got shut out 6-0, 6-0, or 6-love, 6-love. No love involved there.
At that level of the tournament, too. That's not easy to do.
That's the championship match. Iga Swiatek, the ladies' winner. The men's winner was Jannik Sinner, who gets his first win over Carlos Alcaraz, who was the favorite, 2-time reigning champion. And indeed, Sinner gets the win 3-1. So we saw some really good tennis, as it should be at Wimbledon. Next up, of course, the next major will be the United States Open Labor Day weekend, and that's in New York City.
The game of golf goes back to where it was created in Scotland, and the Open is over. Your thoughts on the winner?
That's the Scottish Open. Now, the British Open is this weekend. And the British Open over in Europe is known as the Open.
The Open.
The Scottish Open was a preliminary to it, and a guy named Chris Gotterup, who is an American on the tour who nobody's ever heard of before. He's a former Corn Ferry Tour player as well. He gets the win, and he beats some of the top-level pros, including Rory McIlroy, for the Scottish Open Championship. Gotterup is not a fluke. Although he has not won anything really big on the American Pro Tour, he is a top-level player, college player of the year at Oklahoma, although he started at Rutgers. but Goddard gets the win, and that's a big deal for him because it gets him into the British Open this weekend in Northern Ireland.
I cannot believe we are already to the All-Star break, man. Just like that, to me at least. What did the Cardinals do before we hit the brakes?
Well, they avoided a sweep at the hands of the Atlanta Braves. The Braves had come into St. Louis and won the first 2 games of the series and almost won the third one yesterday. But the Cardinals squeezed by 5-4. Got a 2-run double by Wilson Contreras and a 2-run homer from Jose Fermin to come from behind and win it. The game was delayed for they got about halfway through it, not literally that. Braves had the lead, then about a 3-hour delay because of rain, and when they finally started, the Cardinals were hot, the Braves were not. It was a win for St. Louis, 5-4 over the Atlanta Braves. So the Cardinals finished the traditional first half of the season, 51-46, and they are 6.5 games out of first place. Resume on Friday in Arizona. This is a week off for all major leagues and minor leagues.
Yeah,
they all take this is a mid-July vacation for Major League Baseball.
And most of them are going to take as much as they can out of it. Royals actually had a pretty tough series with a very good New York Mets team, and didn't get the series, but at least they ended it with a win.
They did get a win, 3-2 on a walk-off single by Nick Lofton. That came, of course, in obviously the last of the 9th inning, and the Royals do win 3-2 over the New York Mets. And the Springfield Cardinals down in Corpus Christi. This Corpus Christi team is really not very good at all. They've won 29 games and lost almost 60. And the Springbirds beat them 9-0 yesterday. Now, everybody takes a week off. The Springfield Cardinals resume play on Friday, and they will resume play here in town, taking on the Wichita Wind Surge. So we see a lot of really good baseball coming up. But this week, it's the All-Star Week, and the Home Run Derby's tonight, and the All-Star Game is tomorrow night. Then Wednesday and Thursday, a big, deep breath and relax and get set for the traditional second half.
I just hope my Royals can at least get back to 500 in the next couple weeks. We had a pretty nice little NASCAR race in California. What'd you think about that?
Well, what I think is an anomaly, to say the very least. For 2 straight weeks now, Shane Van Gisbergen has been the winner. And you're saying, who is this? Well, Shane Van Gisbergen, folks, is an international Formula 8 V8 Supercross driver and won big on the international circuit. 2 years ago, he said, I'd really like to give that NASCAR a team. He's from New Zealand. I'd really like to give NASCAR, I think I can win on there, and he has won every single one of the road races. The other races, the oval track, which is what NASCAR usually is, he comes in 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere around there. But the road races, watch out. Well, Sonoma yesterday was a road race. The week before, Grant Park in Chicago, also a road race, and Van Gisbergen won both of them. So the other one was Mexico City. So he has won 3 of the road races, all of them, and this is his 2nd straight win. So congratulations to him. Now they're going back to the oval tracks again. Let's see what he does on those.
Yeah, it's a completely different mentality, and it's a completely different game plan, and it's a completely different skill set, too, which makes it interesting to me, and I'm glad they brought it in. Really cool stuff, especially if you're a fan of racing. Ned, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.